This episode is brought to you by Only the Real Entertainment and Media Den Productions. We are live and in effect, episode 40. Cam, how you feeling?
Shoot, I guess we'll see throughout the course of the pod.
I respect it. Man, it feel like it's been a minute since we had an episode out. I'm happy that we able to pod, of course.
It's been a minute. It's been a minute, It's been a minute, and there's been a lot going on, both good and bad. I think maybe the bad overwhelms the good. You think?
I don't know. We kind of like in the same space, basketball wise, right now as fans. I feel like.
Yeah.
I just got the best coach in the league, but we could continue talking about Mr. Ham. I'm just saying, you get the GOAT. I get the best coach. That's just how it's
starting now. But you know what? I can't even compete with that. I can't say nothing about that. That's facts. Eric Spoelstra is absolutely top 3 coach in the league right now. I'll probably who do you think is the top 5 coaches in the league?
That's a fire convo. I'll go Spo number 1. You could call me biased.
Bruh, beast biased. Spo is amazing.
I'll go. As crazy as this is gonna sound, I'm gonna go Tom Thibodeau. He's been steady these past couple years, even though he runs his starters to the ground. Defense, rugged defense, and he competes. All his teams compete. I'll go Tom Thibodeau. Wow. I'll go Tyronn Lue, number 3. I'll go Chris Finch, number 4. From Minnesota.
Yes. Finch is amazing.
His schemes defensively. Wow.
Yeah, bro, but offensive guru.
Wow.
That Chris Finch, for real.
Definitely Chris Finch is in my top 5. Number 5, even though he's having a rough season right now, I got to give it to Kerr. I'm going to give it to Kerr because I don't think anybody, with the way that Clay's headspace was this season, I don't think there was anybody else in the league besides him. It could be because of rapport. It could be just because of who Steve Kerr is, because he's also a sharpshooter, has played with legendary players. I don't think there's anybody that could have got Clay to come off the bench the way that his confidence and his mindset was throughout the entirety of the season. And they seem to reel back, and they're getting wins.
He's sliding now too, ain't it?
Right. And he's reeled back in Dre. He's told Dre to still be him. And I think he can have tough conversations with Dre. And there's not too many coaches that can do those two things with those two players besides Steve Kerr, I believe.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing... Well, I mean, Steve Kerr is definitely a great coach, and obviously because he has so much experience. I just feel as though there's like this... I don't know if it's like a battle of like where the game is going right now, but I've definitely seen certain flashes where he kind of is like a deer in headlights. But I'm gonna go Spo. Definitely, I think Spo is the best coach in the league.
For sure. No argument.
Spo. I'm gonna go Mike Malone.
I like that.
Mike Malone is really good,
and he's been a model of consistency. That's the thing that's a lot of franchises lose, man. He's been there for 9 seasons now.
Bruh, he's about to enter 10 years, and Mike Malone is good.
Definitely. That's a good one.
Ty Lue. I'm definitely going Ty Lue.
For sure.
Man. That's where it gets tough.
Yeah, 4 and 5 was tough for me, for sure.
Yeah, it gets tough, man. I have so many coaches in my head right now that I like. Like, I like Quinn Snyder. I like Rick Carlisle. I like JB Bickerstaff.
Right.
But do I want to say top 5?
Top 5, dog.
Man, I like Willie Green too. I'm gonna say
Willie got
I'ma
them boys in
go-
there no plan. I forgot about Willie.
Well, I guess. I mean, honestly, I'm gonna always say Pop because Pop is one of the best coaches ever, right? But
Right.
here's the thing about Pop. Pop has been telling people straight up what he's gonna do coaching wise. Like, man, I ain't gonna really coach like that. I'm gonna just let him go out and do whatever. So don't expect to win. Or we about to go out there and kick their ass. Like, he's been on that type of time. I don't know if it's like old age. It's probably old age or just his tenure being in the NBA just really just being like, man,
I
don't
think it's
care.
both. Like, you niggas
Yeah, you
ain't gonna
probably-
fire me. I got y'all niggas 5 championships. I do what I want, nigga. Come on now.
Hell yeah, and he's like the mayor of San Antonio now, dog. Like, I think
1000%.
bruh, honestly, keep it G. Pop can get away with murder in San Antonio.
1000%. Yeah, definitely. 100%.
Like, we're talking brutal murder. We're talking about
Yes.
like he can really brutalize somebody and get
Yes.
away with that shit, right?
Yes.
Not like literally no handcuffs, nothing. He could just go home and just go to sleep.
Big
Right
facts.
after.
He's speaking all facts right now.
I'm gonna say I'll put Pop in there because the Spurs is better than their record. I've watched the Spurs play some really good basketball
Against really good teams.
against really good teams. It's just they don't have a closer.
They don't have a point guard to lead the closing is the problem that they're going to have until they solve that problem. There should be zero reason, Cam, why Wembanyama's not averaging 25 to 27. Zero. I watched them in and out. They take stupid shots. It's because they do not have a true point guard. You let Trey get over there, he might average 30 and 12. No lie. Yeah, he might average 30 and 12. Remember
Please,
I told
God, don't let Trey go over there. Please, that's cheating.
you. 1,000%. That's literally
cheating.
30 and 12.
Man, listen, you don't think Devin Vassell is like? You think he's more of like a 2 or a 1? Because he's at the 1, but
No, that's not his true position. Anybody can
Think
tell
it's
he's
two?
trying to get a bucket. He ain't worried about none of that. You need somebody like a Trey who can get you 20 to 25 points, but I need 9 to 12 assists, and I need at least 6 going to Wemby, and I need him to get easy buckets. He takes a lot of tough shots because they don't place him in a proper position. I don't know if it's the offensive system. I just think it's a lack of personnel. I just don't think that they have a true point guard that could get Wemby true. There should be no reason a 7'5" 3-level scorer is not averaging 20 to 30 points because I see how this guy plays. He wants it. Mm-hmm. I saw it from game number 3 that he wants to be great.
he's different.
Yeah, he wants
Mentally?
badly.
Oh my
It's so
God.
much old school intangibles in Wemby that I know
man.
he's gonna be great. There's zero doubt in my mind. I've never been sure of a number 1 prospect in Wemby. I know he wants
neither.
it. He just doesn't have the
Yep.
personnel right now. He needs the personnel, and I guarantee you he's gonna average 25 to 30 on limited minutes. It's gonna be 25 to 30 with 10 to 12 boards. It's just too easy for him.
So you think that you think that they have an instant? All right, I'm not even gonna go as far as to say winning season. I'll say 500 season. Trae Young goes to the Spurs in the summer. Book it.
1,000%. Because what's Trae Young's number 1 thorn at his side? It's defense. You give him potentially, and it's insane that I'm saying this about a teenager, you give him probably the best defender right now, it covers up a lot. And you get him to just play offense, which he does at an already all-time great level, it's a win-win situation for both parties. Because you have a 7'5" guy who's going to set you screens and he's going to attract so much attention that you forget this is a guy who shoots 35 to 40% from 3 off the dribble. And he's been doing that since high school. Literally averaging a double-double since high school, all the way from Oklahoma to the NBA. It doesn't matter. You give him the best player that Trae Young has ever had in his entire life, what do you think that guy's going to do with it?
And let's just keep it real. Victor Wembanyama in a screen, in any ball screen situation, that, bruh, just give him the ball.
Yeah, 1,000.
Like, nobody's doing nothing with a ball screen. I don't care, bruh. Unless you're 7'4" yourself, you're not getting that.
No.
Like, it doesn't matter if he rolls to the rim, if he pops out. It don't matter what happens.
Right.
Like, he just give him the ball.
Right. and you would and you wouldn't believe. And I know we don't watch them a lot. I'm watching highlights of him, and I'm watching the other Spurs take shots that looks like, damn, bro, are you forcing it, bro? Like,
word.
And I feel like Pop can't really cuss these little dudes out because he don't want to get the old head tag.
Nah, you tripping,
bro. I know Wemby has came out and said, I'm saying the other players.
Nah,
I don't think he's cussing them dudes out like he did, like Ginobili and Tony, or Steven Jackson.
You might now. Now you're adding.
I'm saying that this new generation is a lot more coddled. Greg can't pop off out the mouth like he did before. There's no way.
I don't know about that.
There's no way that the Greg Popovich I grew up watching in the 2000s and 2010s would allow some of the egregious things I'm watching on a basketball court as it pertains to the Spurs. This is really bad.
You never know. I mean, you're in a gym with no media because you got to think about it, right?
Right.
When they're in practice or shoot around, but mostly practice. It's mostly practice. There is a point where media is not allowed in there. Mm-hmm. So, which is usually the time when they're actually like going through stuff like full action. But, bruh, you can only imagine the type of stuff that Pop is saying. I'm almost positive that a lot of those dudes is gonna come out saying something that Pop was wilding. Yeah. But to what you're saying, in comparison to the previous dudes, Tim Duncan's, Manu's, right, and Tony All. Maybe not, but I think it's more so because, just like what we said earlier, Pop just don't.
He don't care.
Pop don't care right now.
He don't. He knows that he knows what a championship team looks like. He's been to the finals too much. He's played too much big games to not know at this age and at this tenure of his coaching life to know what a playoff and a championship team looks like. There's no way, even with Wemby, he's like, nah, not right now. We chilling right now. I need to just make sure that I build proper habits throughout this season, and then probably will be more competitive. But he knows. He knew from training camp what was going on. He knew.
Yeah. I feel you. Well, I got Pop at 3. Probably. You know 4. What? I'm gonna go ahead and say this 4, and you know what? None of this is in order except for Spo.
Right.
I'm gonna put Mazzulla in there.
Okay.
And I'm gonna put.
You got 5 already, I think.
Nah, Spo,
you said Spo,
Malone, Pop, Mazzulla,
Lou, and Mazzulla. That's 5.
Oh, Lou, yeah. So that's 5. Yeah,
that's a 5 one. The Celtics are having the Celtics making me look great right now. I ain't gonna lie. I told the world that there's no way that the Celtics don't make it to the finals, barring a lot of things. But the reason why I do not have Joe Mazzulla as my top 5 coach, I don't know what it's going to look like in the postseason, big dog. It all comes down to adjustments and matchups. Yeah, the matchups is great right now because I got a 7'3" guy who can get in the post, who can shoot, who can block shots. Looks great. I don't know what that's going to look like in the 7-game series. The only threat to them right now, as silly as it sounds, and I know y'all going to laugh, I know y'all going to call me, it's the Heat. I don't see the Bucks. As soon as they hired Doc Rivers, their championship aspirations left me. I'm sorry. New York Knicks, I don't think they're ready right now. I don't trust Julius Randle in the 7-game series. So it's pretty much it, bro. And everybody else, I don't think is ready. So it's the East. It's their East to lose at this point,
bruh. Honestly, the way how I look at it is this: with Mazzulla, I wouldn't even put it on Mazzulla because I watched Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown fold in the playoffs way too many times to put it on Mazzulla. I've seen Mazzulla make adjustments. I've watched Mazzulla literally lose that locker room last season. Like, I saw it crumble. You peep. I peep. The minute he got on that stage and said, man, I didn't have them ready to play, that's when they was about to make the comeback. Yeah. Against the Heat. Yeah. So, I can't put it on Mazzulla yet. Them dudes just be flaking. Like Frosted Flakes.
I can't Plenty say of flakes. Wrong, dog.
We talking about dandruff flakes.
I can't say that you're wrong, dog. Yeah, no. I can't say that you're wrong. Nah. You're right.
What's up with the All-Star? I mean, for one, we got all types of stuff going on with All-Star. Stephen A. is blaming Braun about the slam dunk contest.
Oh,
and then
Lord.
the All-Star game is just trash right now.
Oh, Lord.
What's the deal with that right now?
We're at an interesting place in the NBA. You got the old heads complaining about the competitiveness of the NBA when, if you think about it, when we were growing up, there was no social media. As old heads y'all gonna call us, there was no social media. So that was particularly your platform, right? The rise of social media causes a lot of domino effect in a lot of things. You have control of your brand, your marketing, your name, your image, and your likeness. You have players with podcasts and opinions. You have players that could tweet, that could like things, that could post on Instagram like a Shay and give a cool ass caption and get millions of likes. The platform of the All-Star game is now taking a step back because I no longer need your platform in order to get my name, image, and likeness. Now it's in my control. That's number one. Number two, as crazy as this also is going to sound, it's also a ripple effect. I watched it live, and I don't know if you did, but I watched it live when Paul George basically ripped open his entire knee in front of the entire world.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that was brutal. As soon as you said that, I had the picture.
You had the image. You had the image. Now, these are guys who actually visibly saw it. It was tangible for them. A guy in Paul George, who I always commend because he came back from that devastating injury and he potentially became better, which is insane to say. But it's a visual. And he was just going for a dunk. That visual remains in guys that's not only seen it tangible, but are coming up. They don't want to get hurt, bro. They seen D Wade swipe at Kobe in 2013 and rip open his nose. Kobe is Kobe, and he played through it. How many of these new guys you think are playing through a broken nose like Kobe? I think maybe 2. So the mixture of those two things are going to have it at a standstill. I see people complaining they should play it for money or should not play it for money. It's just, what incentives are you going to give these 30 guys to come out here and play their best basketball when the media, which is a third thing, has made it all about the postseason?
Word.
Regular season doesn't matter. If you are a great regular season player and you fold in the playoffs, they're going to call you a second round merchant like Embiid. They're going to clown you like Randall. They're going to continuously clown you until you get a ring. So nothing that I do in the regular season matters. So why does this all-star exhibition game matters? I'm not playing hard. I'm saving myself for my team. So
you know, it's also ironic.
Things working against you, and I don't know how we're going to fix it yet. I ain't going to lie to you.
You know what's also ironic? Because, like, Stephen A. Smith and I rock with Stephen A. Smith from a media standpoint because, obviously, like, he's been putting on for a long time.
He a predecessor, bro. He is.
Yeah, you know what I mean? But, you know, obviously, sometimes, just like everybody else, they takes be wild. But Stephen A., it's so ironic that he actually blamed that, you know, the slam dunk contest on Braun or whatever the case may be.
Which is what they
And then you say that about Paul George, right?
Right.
And I vividly remember that. Shoot, I vividly remember Gordon Hayward's first coming back in
season game for the Celtics.
Crazy.
Right.
But crazy. But it's so ironic because Stephen A. now is getting trolled by the New Orleans Pelicans because he was going at Zion Williamson,
which is
for
nuts.
being, but then he said he gets trolled by the Pels, right? And then he goes on the show and says, well, he's down with the trolling and he's built for it, but then explains that the reason why he averaged less than 2 points per game in college is because his first game in his freshman year, he cracked his kneecap in half.
You see?
And he hasn't been the same since.
See?
So it's like, dog, like,
He knows,
and even
bro.
you yourself
He
went
knows.
to sports media right after that. So, like, why would you even, like, hold that against these dudes, especially stars that really saw this, like drastic injury? Why would you even, I don't understand, like, I don't know, man. Like, it's weird.
First off, with the Zion issue, I tweeted this out like 2 weeks ago, which I'm probably going to send to you. I stated that Zion Williamson has quietly played himself back into shape and the media doesn't care because there's too much young talent everywhere else for them to focus on Zion anymore. They've moved on to Ant, Luka, etc. But he's been balling this season. And they're a top 6 seed in the West right now, in the crazy rah West. That's why I'm like, Willie Green got them boys in NO playing. You know what I mean? And to go on to speak about Zion's weight, which has played him for a majority of his career, but they're not a televised team. I don't know how much Stephen A. Smith has watched. I don't know how much he's watched. So for him to say that was insensitive, and it seemed like he was ignorant in a lot of what was going on. And what's crazy is when he said that, Zion pretty much put up 27 and 9 the game prior. So he's hoping. For him to say that was irresponsible in my eyes. The LeBron James blaming of it is also nonsensical to me, in my opinion, because there's only but so much dunks you could do. And LeBron is a power dunker. Whenever you see LeBron go between the legs, you could say, oh, it's pregame. But yeah, that's pregame. Has he done it in game before? You know what I mean? And it's like Kobe did it when he was a rookie. Michael Jordan, the slam dunk competition was so new. But who else has done it that's a superstar that has won it? You could say Dwight. Dwight, that was in '08. Who else?
Yeah. That was probably the
true
last
superstar that you're saying he's a top 5 guy. When Dwight did it, he was a top 5 player.
Exactly.
Name me another top 5 player that has participated in that competition.
Bro, nobody.
So how can you blame Bron?
And truthfully, the slam dunk contest shouldn't be relegated to that. That's the thing. Like, honestly, I ain't gonna lie. Like, there was a time where Jits would say, I want to see LeBron James in the slam dunk contest. But to be real, bruh, nobody cares if it's stars in the contest. They want to see good dunks. They want to see something they ain't seen
Man, Eric
before.
Gordon is at Levine dunk contest 8 years old. We still talk about it. One of them is a star and one another is a champion. But it's just like, come on now. I just want to see good dunks. I care about your name. It'll help your name if you're good also. It's just like, who cares, bro? Who cares?
Yeah, like who can? And it's a 3-point shooting league. Like nobody cares. The 3-point contest is
exactly.
And when you got some 2 guys like Zach LaVine and Aaron Gordon going head to head, and we literally saw Aaron Gordon sit in the air and he still lose. At that point, everybody's like, bro, like, why would we? Right. Yeah, what are we doing? Why would we even sit here and watch it? Because y'all want to sit here and watch these dudes do all these like old ass dunks because you're getting these old judges to vote, so in their brain can only compute these old dunks.
There should be no reason why the NBA is old enough to where there should be old champions or participants that are the judges. Get me a Kenny Smith or Barry White or Vince Carter or Tracy or Jason Rick, people who's participated in a dunk contest, who's prepped and no dunks and no vert and no things like that. Why are we not filling the bench up with those guys?
Actually, we have, right? Like, we've seen Kenny Smith judge. You know what I mean? We've seen, I think Vince Carter.
Naming one at a time, at a panel at a time. I'm saying all of them need to be past guys who's participating.
Yeah, it should be a lot more. Even if they haven't won, there should be a lot more dudes that should be in that voters, in that judges chair, rather than just Dominique Wilkins and, you know what I mean, whoever. You know what I mean? Like, we haven't even seen. Have we even seen Nate Robinson in that chair before? I'm trying to think if we've seen
Spud. I'm trying to think if we've seen Josh Smith. Yeah. I'm trying to think if we've seen guys who are legendary high flyers. Even if your career wasn't superstar, it's only but so much stars in the league. We know certain guys for certain things. Like a Gerald Green is an urban legend to us. You know what I'm saying? So bring those guys on the panel, bro. Stop bringing these. I love the old timers and what they've done for the game, but bring guys who's knows what they're looking at. You know what I mean? Knows the difficulty of what it took to actually do that dunk and properly judge.
Yeah. Word. And truthfully, some of those dudes haven't done that dunk at all. So, like, bro, honestly, we just need some more organic stuff. I think that the NBA is so caught up in league stuff instead of being entrenched in the world of basketball. like basketball has become such an international phenomenon at this point, to where even on social media you're seeing certain things where you're like, bro, like you can take a lot of those ideas from there and put it in the NBA to showcase that you're really entrenched in the basketball world.
Bring those guys
it's
on
almost
camera.
like
that's sharing your platform with them. You don't even got to give them a super huge check. Just bring them on.
That's what I'm saying.
You know, they could start a YouTube and like a Deontay Friga or a Ball is Life. It could open up an entire infrastructure of them. You know what I mean? It's giving back to the basketball community and not just the league.
Yeah, man. I mean, bro, like, can you imagine the amount of pickup games that could be done where even if it's a situation where you have certain basketball social media influencers versus NBA players, and now they're playing a 3-on-3, 4-on-4, 5-on-5 pickup, whatever the case may be, and you have that in All-Star. Like, that's flame. That's fire right there. It's just so many ideas, bro. And basketball has elevated so much, and I just feel as though the NBA is so behind. This is the reason why they you know, when it comes down to the Olympics, now we're starting to get smacked because like we're getting so into we're the best league in the world instead of being like, no, bro, like let's really hoop and let's be all about hoop. You know what I mean? Speaking about the Olympics, what do you think about the names that's been called for the Olympics so far? You got Steph, Braun, Jason Tatum, Joel Embiid, Kevin Durant, Drew Holiday is the most recent name that got called in there, and I think Book is in there too. What you think about that? That sounds
it's 08.
right
it's
so far.
08 all over again. Yeah. We needed to get smacked. You know, we needed to do that 2016 and go out there, lay an egg right quick. That way the big guns can come through and say, hold on, let's restore with some order right quick. Let's blow everybody out by 30 to 40, and let's stop having this conversation, because the conversation has been the past few years, the Europeans are making up the majority of the top 5 best in the world. The Europeans are catching up. They just beat us. And now we're just sitting back and letting things happen. No. We need to go about and show everybody why we are the best league, the highest paid league, and the reason for all of this. Show them. Bring all the big guns, bro.
And you heard what Kevin Durant said, man. I'm trying to get back to when we smacking on 40 by 40 and 50.
Restore order. We need it, because they looking at us like, they done got solved. You know what I'm saying? That's just like the guy who was the man in high school and fell off. That's what the world is looking at us right now, bro. We need to remind them that we still them dudes. We need it.
Ooh, we need it. Hey, you heard what Paul Pierce said about that game when he got taken out on a wheelchair?
Historic. You know, gotta take a boo-boo.
Yeah, he said that that didn't happen. What happened was he actually did injure his knee, but his adrenaline was flowing so much that at that point he wasn't even trying to really get out like that. But what do you think he's trying to like save face, because he did get on TV and said that he had to go, but he said that he tried to clear that up and said that he was just joking. But
I doubt it. He let that flow around for too many years. The truth, you ain't telling the
truth. Do you think he had the bubble guts in the middle of the NBA Finals?
You ain't telling the truth. You're lying. You're capping. It's all right, though. We love you. You know what I'm saying? I love the part that he got with KG, and it's hilarious because of the way they talk to each other, bro. And it's just like a brotherhood forever. That's like me and you off camera. But yeah, but it's like, corporate, we know you capping, bro. It's too late, bro. You ain't gotta try to clear it up. You a champion. You one of the best small forwards of all time. You had the boo-boo. We all do it daily, I would hope, if you ain't, if you keeping up with your fighter.
I had to
we all do it daily, bro. Come on now.
I had to boo.
You had to go. I call cap on that. 100%. 100% cap. Love you though, truth. But yeah, you like
it. That junk is freaking hilarious, dog. Oh my God. That is hilarious. But whatever. I don't even know what to even get into real talk. I do want to ask this, right? Like, I do want to get into real talk right quick. And I want to get into the heat, right? Because I do have a question. So the Heat, even though the Heat lost to the Denver Nuggets last night, and this is March 1st, we're recording this on March 1st, but the game was on February 29th because it was a leap year. They lose to Denver. Jamal Murray gets hurt, right? But there was a point in time, especially in crunch time, where Terry Rozier decided to go scary Terry. And he was really putting up buckets to really keep the game close. And at some point, if I'm not mistaken, because I was watching both the Heat game as well as the Laker game at the same time, and it even got as close to, dropping the lead down to 4.
91 to 95, I believe it was.
So with that being said, facts. Yes, yeah, absolutely. That's exactly what the score was. So I do want to ask you this, though. With all the stuff that the Heat has been through already, whether it's injuries, and I mean, there's injuries now, Hero and all them, but how do you feel like this team is going to hold up now with these next few games ending off the schedule? Because, bro, I ain't gonna lie, the Heat, from a mental standpoint, they look pretty motivated right now, man. Jimmy Butler is saying, yo, hey, listen, man, playoffs, I really turn up. I'm getting into a rhythm now. You got DeLon Wright out there clamping out of nowhere. You got Terry is getting more and more comfortable in his starting position and really being a little bit more aggressive as time go by. Bam is being Bam at a high level. How do you feel this schedule ends? And what's your feelings with the Heat now that all the acquisitions came through as far as the buyouts, the trades, etc.? And
I'll be honest, we have a pretty easy schedule. I'm definitely looking for us to be top 6. I don't want to, play the play-in again and relive my past trauma. We have the Jazz, we have the Pistons 3 times in the next month. We have the Raptors twice. The Pacers is going to be a tough out. Philly's going to be a tough out. We have the Wizards. I like our chances to be top 6. Terry Rozier, I already knew it was just a matter of time of fitting in, and he's dealt with injury as well as the entire roster with the main pieces, etc., suspensions, all of that. But when you have a franchise and an infrastructure like the Miami Heat, you can never count them out. And I can tell you, even with the Celtics or anybody else in the East, they don't want to face us in the 7-game series because of the adjustments that Spo can make, because of the culture and the infrastructure that's surrounded from, the top to bottom, with Jimmy and Bam playing at a high level and demanding certain things, and Bam being the captain and him having the OG and has them. It's an entire chain of command and infrastructure that the Heat has that is scary for the rest of the East. It doesn't matter what seed we're in. I just, of course, want to be top 6. And I'm looking at the schedule. I think we can. I do see us making it to the second round. I don't know if we're going to get further than that, depending on the matchup. I think we could slay one of the Giants, dog, whether it be Milwaukee or New York. New York is lingering around that 4th position. I think we could sneak them and get the 4th position, depending on how the Knicks play their cards. I haven't took a look at their schedule, but I believe in it. You know what I mean? Terry Rozier is going to do what he do. He struggled a little bit with, a couple of air balls and turnovers, but that's just the nature of the game. The Nuggets are a tall team, and their championship is, it's just coming off of the championship. You know what I mean? We play the Nuggets again on the 13th, so I definitely want to see if we get another shot at them and see what we, how we hold up. Hopefully Tyler plays. But yeah, man, I'm confident in my Heat, and I'm definitely waiting on the postseason to see if we get another playoff Jimmy run, man. Because if that happened with Terry Rozier and Bam and all the shooters that we've been having, Jovic has been playing well. Duncan Robinson has stepped up his game from an off-the-dribble standpoint. Caleb Martin has woken up. He looks like he was disinterested at certain times of the season. DeLon Wright is a lockdown defender. I love his game. And I just like the roster. You know what I mean? So we'll see, bro. We'll see. I think we can make it to the second round. I don't know if I wouldn't go as far as Eastern Conference Finals, but I would not be surprised at all if we do make it, though.
Hey, Eastern Conference Finals is happening.
You.
Miami, if anything, Miami has already showed us that it doesn't matter what seed they get. It don't matter, bro. Like 8th seed, 9th seed, 10th seed. second
Right.
seed, don't matter, bro. Because if we're being honest, and we talked about this during the week, like, or not even just
Right.
during the week, just in general, like the mentality of a lot of players in the league these days, bro. It's
It's not the
just
same.
you
Yeah.
don't get that type. Like, yeah, bro, you just don't.
Jimmy is old school enough to play like that. And Bam has been surrounded by OGs who already had that mentality. Oh, UD been this OG since day one, and you know how UD get down. And like I said, man, if you're not from down here, you don't know what the staple that UD is to that locker room. I feel like where he plays a huge part in Bam playing the way that he's playing, challenging him, showing him the way, showing him how to be professional. So I believe in the team because of those top two guys and the infrastructure that's above them as far as the coaching staff and Pat, etc. So I believe that the roster rounded out well. We'll see come postseason time, but like you said, it don't matter the seeding. I'm just trying to look out for my health. I don't want no playing game, bro. I'm trying to be top six. I'm trying to be
Bro,
top
I swear. I swear. I swear. But then again, y'all got the best coach in the NBA.